Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Explore with Keys 94 here on YouTube. I'm in Squamish, British Columbia, and behind me is Squamish's Welcome Gate, designed by very talented artist James Harry. Today we are going to be looking for some geocaches, but also checking up on a geocache of mine and seeing a few amazing sights along the way. So without further ado, let's go on a geocaching adventure here in beautiful Squamish, British Columbia. The great things about exploring Squamish is that there are two adventure labs, and one of them features some of the great murals in the area. So be sure to check that one out. So. So, off camera, I had to do a little bit of special maneuvers over here because typically there is a road here, but I think what they're doing is they're lining a pipeline underneath the road here called Finch Road. So you can't park there at all. It's just pure construction zone. But there's a geocache right here. So I thought, shoot, I have to go around, and it took a lot of, anyway. Long story short, I found a parking spot and we're gonna look for a geocache. This is a tough one apparently, to some people, not so much to others. Gonna just peruse the side here. It's ground zero brings me to this bridge. Yeah. Evidence of beavers, right there. The name of the cache is called, spoiler alert, Rolling Stone 3.0. So that's why I checked that. I see some rocks here that look like we should check them. I see no such thing. Huh. I see another stone here. Like I said, leave no stone unturned. Peculiar. All right, folks. Bit of a spoiler alert here. Really interesting spot for a cache like this. So I was brought to this side of the bridge. Once again, spoiler alert, this is a good one. Very sneaky, very subtle. Do you see something there? Aha. Oh, nicely done. All right, we're gonna sign this thing and get back to the warmth of the vehicle. It is really coming down out there. I've got the heat on full blast, and away we go, north, further north. In today's itinerary, we are going to be going to a place called Alice Lake. I may have shown it in a previous episode a long time ago when I was up there with Randy. So I have the geocache up there that is wet, soaking. It's received a lot of complaints from geocachers, and I want to make it right. I want to replace the cache container entirely. So that will eventually be where we're going to end up. But between here and Alice Lake, we'll be going for a few more geocaches to make sure we get our journey's worth out of this. All right, let's go. Well, I really wish the weather was better for you folks, but I can't really help the weather situation. It just continues to rain. Right now we're walking along a very nice dike path that follows the Squamish River that ultimately drains into House Sound. Behind those trees there is the Squamish River. Beautiful winding river, and in the summertime, when there's a nice clear day, it is very nice to be out here. Very nice very nice views and all that kind of stuff. But right now, as you can see, very, very gray. I think we'll take this side trail about 27 meters away and dropping. And I get a nice view of the river. Nice. Let's make sure we do that. Okay, 11 meters. 7 meters. Ooh, I almost think I see it. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw something in here. Okay, I was just seeing things. Oh, but there it is. Ah, nice big one too. Funny, it's listed as a small, but I would call this more of a regular size geocache. Nonetheless, this is a find. All right, let's do a geocache uncaching. We have ourselves a very old, cruddy stash note. We have ourselves the logbook. We have this really weird squishy thing. Oh God, it's gross. Scuzzy. We have one of these Monopoly, looks like a Monopoly piece. Wait, no, this is like a cufflink or something. Weird. What else do we have? We have Portland, Oregon. And shout out to my Portland, Oregon subscribers, if there is anybody out there who is from Portland. Hi, folks. This Red Deer. Hey, Red Deer. It's like the town in Alberta. All right, we're gonna sign this thing. Woo! Now, I was promised that there'd be no hungry grizzly bears that are missing their bedtime right now. So, whew, no grizzly bears. Good. I'm going to avoid that because that looks like a little bit of a slippery slope. But this is the Squamish River, and this comes from deep in the mountains, deep in the coast mountains here in beautiful BC. And I want to do a little bit more of a feature of this river because it's a neat spot. It's a neat river. It's a neat area and a great place to hang out in the summertime especially. But as you can tell, I'm not very busy right now for obvious reasons. And you're going to have to believe me, but there is a mountain there. It's a little bit foggy right now. There's a little bit of snow peeking through there, but yeah, it's pretty dreary right now. All right, let's make our way back to the car, shall we? Look both ways before you cross the tracks. No trains. First time I've seen snow in a while, but we're at a high enough altitude. Still raining, but up this trail are 2 geocaches. Hopefully we find both. Whew. So this is a cliffside trail apparently, according to the geocache descriptions and logs. And I'm slipping like crazy. So I gotta be really careful where I step, because it looks like a long way down. Huh. Yeah, not the best weather right now. Okay. Oh, hey. This looks like a geocache. I'm gonna have to reach in the hole. Wow. Okay. There we go. Scratching my hands. It's like sandpaper to my hands. Oh, you see that? Oh, this is a very unique problem. So this geocache, I think, was placed back when this tree was a little smaller, and this hole was maybe a little bit wider because the tree is growing around the geocache. I can barely get it out. I don't want to break it either, but it's like stuck in there. I may actually have to open the container while it's in the hole, sign the logbook, and then put it all back together from inside the hole. Weird situation. Okay, so I managed to get the cache around to the other side of this hole here. Took a little bit of off-camera finagling, but I got it out. Jeez. I'm just gonna prop you right there. We'll just open this thing up. Looks like a pretty solid container. Probably big enough to put some of my YouTube channel business cards. Shameless plug. Sign the logbook first. Moving on to the next cache further up the trail. February the 22nd of 2026 was when this episode was filmed. Now you know. Some cool little trading items. This like weird little turtle thingy. I don't know. It's like a turtle thing and Lego windows. That's pretty cool. Fitting those into the geocache. Because why not? All right. Putting a cache back where it rightfully belongs. And this is how I retrieved the cache. I put it around this little hole in here. And I have to loop it, and you can kind of see it start popping its way in. And then I can just reach in here and move it accordingly. And there we go. That's kind of how I found it. Not a bad spot for a cache, but you just have to know to reach it that way. Okay, on to the next one.